This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon versus Legends, where we take a deep dive into the Star Wars universe, such as characters, creatures, stories, and so much more. Hosted by Ben of Temeria and Kodojo. Welcome back, everyone, to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. I am one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Kodojo.
Hello there.
And we are here to bring you more info of the Chiss, specifically Canon. And once we go, we go through this episode and everything, you'll understand majority of the canon is specifically of one person, because we only have the one Chiss, roughly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, until we get to the second trilogy, then it goes very much into
true.
Chiss society. So
that's a good point. But majority of it is through one person that we all know and love and possibly hate, depending on your views of the galaxy. Say what?
Your wrong point of view, depending on your wrong point of view.
If you hate him, you're wrong. As you know, we do. This is going to be canon. So the last two episodes was Legends. So if you want to learn more about the Legends history of the Chiss, go back to the last two episodes and then come back to this one so you can see the differences and a lot of the stuff that has, was left out because we don't have a lot currently. So, the Chiss were a near-human sentient species that possessed blue skin, red eyes, and dark blue hair. They hailed from the planet Cilia. The Chiss were notable for their nature and structure of their families, and how Chiss families dominated many aspects of Chiss society. So, much like Legends, it's pretty much straightforward.
Mafia family. Family.
Yeah, they're all... the Mafia... The families run the society.
Well, it's a very strange system they have. They have, like, blood relatives. Then they have, like, ranking distant cousins. Mm-hmm. And then there's, like, two more others where you're, like, in the family, but you're not quite in the family. You have, like, the privileges and whatnot.
Right.
But you don't have full access. But if you get to, like, ranking distance and you have a kid... that kid becomes blood family.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, the Chiss Ascendancy was located in the unknown regions and had a little contact with the rest of the galaxy until Grand Admiral Thrawn's ascent to the ranks of the Galactic Empire. Their existence was regarded as mostly a legend, even within the unknown regions.
Yeah, much like their Legends counterpart, they're even more isolationism in this.
Yeah. They're more They mostly isolate themselves well beyond even their own kind.
Yeah,
they stay indoors all times and don't touch grass.
Yeah, they don't compared to their Legends counterpart, they only have about maybe a dozen to about 20 planets they inhabit.
Okay. Yeah. So next, moving into their biology and appearance. So which we did go over a little bit. intimidating beings, Chiss were near humans, meaning their shape, features, and dimensions were greatly similar to those of humans. However, some notable differences where their skin was blue, their hair was a shimmering blue-black, and their eyes a glowing red. They had angular faces, and because of the first two characteristics, they were mistaken for Plantorians, blue-skinned humanoids from Pantora, although Pantorians did not have red eyes. Besides their coloration, Chiss eyes were slightly better than those of humans, their visible spectrum going into the infrared range. Additionally, their hearing was sharper and their reflexes faster, which we do see in Rebels because we see Thrawn well outpacing the human. So.
Oh yeah, he even outpaces either Phase 2 or Phase 3 Dark Troopers.
Right.
I'm not sure, but he fights two of them at the same time and wins.
Mm-hmm.
But in I think want to say very first book, he essentially disguises himself. He puts on some sunglasses. He can pass off as a Pantoran with a rare eye condition. That's what they say he is.
Oh.
He never admits to being a Chiss to anyone outside of a very tight group of people.
Really?
And
That's
everyone just thinks he's a Pantoran with rare eye issues.
Interesting. That's smart. Actually, that's really smart. I mean, for him, obviously, it's just a no-brainer idea, I guess. So, force sensitivity, referred to those as the sight by the Chiss, was incredibly rare and manifested in limited abilities, namely precognition, which was third sight, and telepathy, sorry, that's how you say it, telepathy, which was known as second sight. Force-sensitive Chiss were almost always female. As they grew older, their abilities diminished and eventually disappeared. The secrets of the second and third sights were among the best-kept secrets in the Chiss ascendancy, to an extent that many Chiss were unaware of their full extent or even their existence. While there was a familiar with the intricacies of third sight, Chiss Imperial Grand Admiral Mithranudo
Mithranurodo.
Okay, there you go. That's how you say it, because I can't roll my tongue with the R's. Knew the existence of the second sight, but was unaware of its abilities. Girls identified with the ability to use the sight were trained to act as navigators for the Chiss fleet through the treacherous hyperspace routes of the unknown regions. They were known as Ozili Asimbo.
I guess I never heard that word.
The Charun word for Skywalker.
Okay, we're going to be spending about 20 minutes on this. All right. So yes, the Chiss do have force sensitives only in females. There has been no real documented case of male force sensitives. And the only force sensitives they have are those with precognition. And the second sight, which I don't think it's telepathy, but it's to reach in another person's mind and root around in there.
So telepathy.
Well, to me, telepathy means communication.
If
maybe.
anybody is anybody into the Harry Potter universe,
but
occlumency is the same way.
Yeah, and they're very protective of these Skywalkers because they're very rare and they're very precious. In the Chiss Defense Force, the Expedition EDF, as they like to call it, they are very protective of them. And there's even, family rivalries on ships. They're not supposed to be, but there are. There is one instance of some bureaucrat coming on and just pretty much disrespecting one of the Skywalkers, and the entire bridge was ready about to rip him a new one. It's like, you can say anything about us, but you do not go after our Skywalkers. Now, the Skywalker girls, they range from anywhere from about 8 to roughly teenagers, about 12, 13 years old. They have a very limited time to use, not to use these girls, but to have these girls use on ships, just guide their ships.
Right.
And the oldest one is, in fact, like early 20s. And it's an anomaly that she still has her third sight. They don't know why, they don't know how. Now, later on, I'm going to explain something else. It involves a Legends and now canon character that's later down. Can't remember where. But they're trying to figure this out. Thrawn sends two people to the Chiss Ascendancy to help them try to figure this out. Again, we'll explain that later. One of the former Skywalkers becomes what's called a caretaker, which is pretty much a nanny who takes care of the girls. And they vary in how they handle the girls. Some are just mean old ladies just doing this job because it has prestige and taking care of Skywalkers. And she becomes one, and then she figures out, hey, we essentially get kidnapped, sort of Jedi style, get sent to a ranch, a training program, undergo training, and have our past
Skywalker Ranch. Sorry.
And essentially have their memories of their past life completely erased.
Oh, geez.
Completely erased. They only know this life now. As soon as they're done with their abilities, they get adopted into an outstanding family, which is, excuse me, is very high honors to be adopted into a high-ranking family. And family kind of use these Skywalker girls as, hey, look, I have, X number of former Skywalkers in our family, sort of prestige for them. And some of them do go on to have some decent careers and whatnot. I'm hoping for a third trilogy because there is one particular Skywalker girl that I've come to love and adore. She is a precious, precious child. Cheery Skywalker. She is just adorable. She interacts with Thrawn a lot in the second trilogy. And Thrawn encourages her to take up piloting because she's such a good pilot. She really is a very good pilot. She even impresses Anakin Skywalker during a mission. That's no easy task.
No. And I've been reading up on the Skywalkers, and at one point, Thrawn, who obviously is a Chiss, recounted his confusion when meeting a similarly named Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
During the Clone Wars, because he's like, wait a minute. What?
Yeah, he kind of like, wait a second, why is this guy calling him Skywalker? Is he taunting us? Does he know? Is it just one massive coincidence?
Yes.
Turns out to be one massive coincidence.
Absolutely. And it's, it's funny seeing Thrawn taken aback by something.
Yeah. So, all right, I guess that little rant's over.
And here a little bit of behind the scenes for the Skywalkers for the Chiss. So it was in September 1st, 2020 interview with StarWars.com. Author Timothy Zahn revealed that the development of the Chiss Skywalker Corps was a major aspect of Ascendancy Society was accidental. He was initially developed at the Ozzy Ashebo Skywalkers as a nod to the name of the Jedi Knight / Sith Lord Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader for Thrawn alliances, not intended to become a major aspect of Chiss society. However, he was offered to write the Ascendancy trilogy of novels detailing Thrawn's origins and was struck with the name Skywalkers. Having established the need for the Force-sensitive navigators to travel safely through the unknown regions, Zane expanded the notion to develop the Navigators Guild, and other groups of Force-sensitive navigators in the chaos. Zane said he wished to balance development between the Chiss culture and other Chiss characters on one hand, and Thrawn kicking butt on the other hand, in the series beginning with Thrawn Ascendancy, Chaos Rising.
Yeah. So I guess we should explain why they're called Skywalkers. In the unknown region, there is no definitive hyperspace lanes, no paths. No idea why. They think it's like a series of supernovas that happened a long time ago. No idea why. It just is. So the Skywalkers are sitting at a navigation control going through space, avoiding planets, sun, asteroids, more planets, unknowns, just making sure they can get the Chiss ship from point A to point B. Now, if they don't use a Skywalker, if they use a Skywalker, a trip might take, a week. If they don't, they have to do it jump by jump, and that might take 3 weeks.
Right. So they're good navigators, much needed. So now we have some of their society and culture. So the ruling class of the Chiss Ascendancy was known as the
Aristocra.
Thank you, Aristocra. The supreme legislative and executive body of the Ascendancy was the Chiss Syndicate, or Syndicure. The Chiss military consists of the Chiss Defense Force and the Chiss Expeditionary Defense Fleet.
Okay. So the Chiss Defense Force is made up purely of the houses defending their planets.
Mm-hmm.
The houses, they're like defend their own planets. They make up a small military force, obviously, with even smaller houses. Great houses, I think. I can't remember, but like maybe 4 ruling houses might have control over one planet, and they sort of agree, we'll have like one space station on this side, another space station on this side. We'll each control it with about 5 gunboats to stave off pirates. And that's about it. That's the Chiss Defense Force. The Chiss Expeditionary Defense Fleet is much bigger. They go out into the chaos looking for trouble and making sure that trouble doesn't come to the Chiss Ascendancy.
Right.
And there's a lot of money being poured into the Expeditionary Defense Fleet, which is technically brand new when the second trilogy starts. Just before Thrawn starts his military career, they come up with the Expeditionary Defense Fleet.
Oh, okay. So the Chiss were renowned throughout the unknown regions for the military might as well as their perceived just military doctrine. Even among the species, no direct contact with the Chiss Ascendancy, stories and legends of the Chiss as blue-skinned and noble warriors flourished. This was true even among species that had apparently performed no space travel for decades. During the devastating Civil War on her homeworld, a leader named the Magus fled with 200 refugees to the Rapak system, where they settled.
Screw the Magus. I hate her. I hate her so much. She is such a B word. I'm trying to keep this PG for you.
Well, it's a PG-13, really.
I feel for her people, but
if you want to say it, you can say
it. The thing she does, I hate her. I wish I could kill her.
All right.
But the military doctrine, the Chiss have come into conflict with various other species in the unknown region, mostly as a defensive act. And Thrawn, who's usually in charge of those military operations for obvious reasons, say, yeah, we can beat them and not worry about them for another 20 years.
All right. So the Magus refugees warn the native Pakosh invaders who seek to destroy the Pakosh people and encourage them to dispatch refugees to preserve their culture. She told her hosts legends of the Chiss as noble warriors, famously capable of disabling their enemies without destroying them, leading the Pakash to send a refuge ship to the Dioya system at the edge of the Chiss space in hopes of seeking Chiss aid. Uingali for
Ugali for Makos. Oh
Makosa?
God. Ugali for I think he
Marcosa.
said it.
Marcosa, yeah.
Marcosa, yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that. Later tested the identity of the senior, Captain Thrawn, by challenging him to disable a Pakash fighter without destroying it.
Which he does.
Well, yeah, that's that's pretty obviously what's
Now
going to happen there.
This guy Ugali gives Thrawn a ring that later becomes Thrawn's symbol on his Chimera ship.
Oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
yeah, so he bases that design on the bottom of his Star Destroyer off of this ring.
That's cool. So the primary Chiss language was Chinyu. Through their rare contacts with outsiders, the Chiss used trade languages such as Bishi, Meskalov, Tarja, and Mimasat. Written communication was done in the Chinyu script. Gosh, these words. Those who dislike Chiss use the derogatory nickname Blueskin for them because
blue skin.
Yeah,
those four trade languages were known to the Outer Rim / Edge worlds that bordered the Chaos, Unknown region and Known region, aka the Republic, aka the Empire.
Right. So most Chiss names were multi-symbolic and consisted of 3 parts, as the Mithra Nurodo, the first portion identified as an individual's family, the second was the given name, and the third indicated other social factors. Aside from the long form of their names, the Chiss also used shortened variants. For example, Mithrarudu could be shortened to Thrawn. These short form names were known as core names, and for the sake of the expediency, core names were conventionally used in all except the most formal situations. In a rare case of the outsider among the Chiss, the human Eli Vanto was given
Eli Vanto
was given the standard 3-part Eli Vanto, which his shipmates reduced to the core name Evant.
Yeah, he gets teased. This is one of the people who gets sent by Thrawn. Now, Eli Vanto is a very interesting character. He is basically from a family who does shipping in the Outer Rims, one of those supply and export, import and export families. He goes into the Empire hoping to become a supply master of some base or a Star Destroyer. This poor individual. The Empire finds Thrawn's encampment from his exile, and Eli figures out this is a Chiss, and he says the name Chiss, which catches Thrawn's attention. And boy, does that change his life. Instead of finishing up his studies at some backwater world Empire academy, he goes to Coruscant to finish it with Thrawn. He gets into fights. He becomes his assistant. He stays an ensign for the Navy rank ensign for like 5 years before getting double promoted.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Thrawn, he's a great military strategist. He can teach people about military strategies, how to be a better people, but for the love of the Force, he has no political mind. Either in the Chiss Ascendancy or the Empire. He just has no clue about any of that. And poor Eli has to take the brunt of it.
Well, I mean, got to deal with the hand that you're dealt, I guess. I don't know. So, the Chiss were also omnivorous and ate foods such as cheese, Yule Ball, and plant products. And Yule Ball it's meat. It's
basically cows.
Yeah, it's their
space
own cattle.
cows.
It's their own cattle that they have. So, yeah, which is pretty cool. They're just like humans. Whoop-de-doo.
The second trilogy of the book, we actually deal with a Yule Ball farmer dealing with stuff. Poor farmer gets mixed up in a genocidal species trying to kill the Chiss.
Oh, that's great. So
he survives.
With that, let's take a quick break, thank our patrons, and we'll be right back.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
This episode is brought to you by Tidy Cats, here to level up your litter game with their new Performance Plus lineup. Your home is your happy place, your cats, VIPs. So when it comes to the litter box, excellence isn't optional. Choose from products that specialize in max power clumping, low tracking, or odor fighting so advanced, stink won't see it coming. Tidy Cats Performance Plus. Mission mighty, keep it tidy. Shop now at tidycats.com.
All right, welcome to the middle of the show. We're talking about everything with the podcast. It has nothing to do with the lore of Star Wars. Here we want to thank all our amazing patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. And if you too want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories, where you can get ad-free episodes, or even join us once a month on the show itself, the topic you're choosing. You can also support us on Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review on Apple with some words or a nice Spotify comment. We'll read it out loud the next time on the show, which we do actually have a Spotify comment this week from our last week's episode from our good friend Zachary, saying, in Legends, there is a trilogy and a duology called The Hand of Thrawn. Yeah, I can remember, so thank you. And then, it looks like he also put, oh, wait, we're talking about that one. Okay, cool. Thank you, Zachary. And you can also find us on a few different Discord servers, the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Gundam Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So go check those out. It's all great stuff. So much fun. So, yeah, I have nothing else to add. Do you have anything, Kodojo?
No, other than we've been having fun over at FF14 for a while.
Well, that's true. Wow, you guys have. I think we got Trey. I haven't joined in a bit.
I think we got Trey back into the game.
Yeah, I've seen stuff on the Discord for that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, he thought Dragoons were tanks.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but anyway. That's for a different show. But with that being said, let's get back into more of the Chiss.
Experience a membership that backs your business journey with American Express Business Platinum. Earn 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, apply to find out your welcome offer, which could be as high as 300,000 membership rewards points. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Welcome offers vary, and you may not be eligible for an offer. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
Amazon Health AI presents Painful Thoughts.
Why did I search the internet for answers to my cold sore problem? Now I'm stuck down a rabbit hole filled with images of alarmingly graphic sores in various stages of ooze. I can clear my search history, but I can never unsee that.
Don't go down the rabbit hole. Amazon Health AI gets you the right care, fast. Healthcare just got less painful.
Alrighty, so now we are moving into their history. With surprise and surprise, there's not a whole lot because it's mainly Thrawn.
Yeah.
So the Chiss hailed from Cilia, a planet located in the so-called unknown regions of the galaxy. The Chiss and their other inhabitants of the unknown regions called them the Chaos, referring to the hazardous nature of navigation within the region. Millennia earlier, the Chiss had contact with the greater galaxy and were politically and military drawn into the ancient wars between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire, but eventually broke off contact with both entities and withdrew back into the unknown regions, sealing their borders. Now, this is canon, what I just said. So this just straight up
heavily implied.
Old Republic.
Swartor. Yeah, which is interesting. But another history point of Chile is that essentially their son is dying because of a war they were involved in.
Mm-hmm.
They have this super weapon, which I don't even know where it came from. It seems like it came from where are the hammerheads again? Oh, I forget the ricotta.
Ricotta. Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it came. It could be from the ricotta era, but essentially, the Chiss were forced back to their homeworld by some outward invasion force. They were right about to be broken, killed, wiped off the map. The Myth family essentially sacrificed 5 sons of the head of the family to use this super weapon, which essentially drained their son of energy, almost killing it, and used that energy to destroy the enemy fleet. And now, because they use that weapon, Chile is getting colder. It's a snow planet. And they've been slowly shipping people off world to other planets and trying to make it look like the population of like 80 million, I can't remember, is still in Chile. Chile. But in fact, it's like roughly 800,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, though it's weird that they would do that because it's not like there's any other alien species that are really in the unknown regions, or other like, not alien species, but like governments.
Well, there are individual small clusters around them, like take up maybe 4 systems, maybe 5.
Gotcha.
And they're always fearful of other species coming in and seeing their quote unquote weakness.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just
we'll talk about what I'm thinking about at the end.
Okay, so during the Republic era and the Imperial era, they were ruled by a government known as the Chiss Ascendancy, according to Generalis Nakir of the Kilji Illumin. The Kilji way of order and enlightenment could make the Chiss and the Ascendancy work for the glories of the
Grisks.
Thank you. In directing, serving the Kiljis, the Outer Rim territory planet Serrano was home to some Chiss.
Yeah, the Generali Nikiri. He's a character and a half.
I don't remember what this planet was.
He's a character. He's been subjugating every culture around the Chiss, so that way the Chiss are cut off and they can just invade the Chiss from all sides. But Nikiri was working for the Kilji, and the Kilji were working for the Grisk. Now the Kilji can take over a planet and take it hostage with only like 100 people. The Grisk can do it with 3.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's how scary the Grisks are. And there's some theories that the Grisk might be the Yuzhong Vong of the new canon. Because in some of the books they do talk about, planet-sized ships floating around out in the vast emptiness of space.
Right.
And they think the Grisk are one of those species. And they're very secretive. They don't let anyone see them. It's very scary what the Grisk can do. Which is why I want to go back to the Chiss Ascendancy.
Right.
Give us a new trilogy.
Grisk were warlike sentient species that hailed from the planet unknown regions, known to be half of a myth. The Grisk were a nomadic warrior society, ruled an empire known as the Grisk hegemony, and used a common script and a rare language. Interesting. When were they first introduced? That's what I want to know.
The Grisk?
Thrawn Ascendancy, Chaos Rising. Okay, so the Thrawn Ascendancy books. Okay. Interesting. First pictured in Thrawn Alliances number 3, which is a comic, I believe.
No.
Yeah, that's a comic. Interesting. All right, that's cool. So despite their secrecy, one Chiss known as Mithra-Rodo, or Thrawn, became an officer of the Galactic Empire, attaining the rank of Grand Admiral. He participated in the Imperial military's efforts to combat the early rebellion in the years prior to the Battle of Yavin. Shortly after the Battle of Yavin, former Senator Yoar Kessin acquired the services of several female Chiss mercenaries. Despite during the Galactic Civil War, a female Chiss spy infiltrated the Empire, posing as a human Imperial officer using fake skin.
Now, this senator was in Star Wars Commander, which was a mobile Clash of Clans Star Wars game.
Oh, okay.
They took it. It only lasted for like 3 years.
Yeah, it was a very short-lived game. It was a fun game though. Not
yeah,
gonna
and
lie.
you got to choose. You got to choose either to help the Empire or the Rebellion. And now I played it twice to get both sides of the story. Essentially the same thing, but this senator essentially is a big game hunter, and you have to help him hunt like a crate dragon to help you out.
Yep. So it launched on it was released in 2014, and then it was shut down in 2020.
Yeah, it lasted 6 years, longer than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
But towards like the last 6 months of the game's life, they're saying, yeah, we're shutting it down. Here's a bunch of free gems that, you would normally pay for. It's like, no, here's a bunch of free stuff. Everything costs a single credit. There's no real construction time. It's like 10 seconds compared to, like 3 weeks, 2 days, and whatever of the end game. It's like, no, everything's just 10 seconds. Have fun. Just go nuts.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens with mobile games. Sadly, I mean, we only have Galaxy of Heroes, which personally I could care less for anymore. And then we have Star Wars Hunters.
Yeah, it's
arena Overwatch style game.
Yeah, it's apparently
hero shooter. It's a hero
season.
Shooter. Yeah, no, the game's
season.
fun. Not gonna lie, the game is a lot of fun. But like, it's a hero shooter. They're the same. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, and last but not least, we do have some behind the scenes. So the Chiss species first appeared abrupt, unidentified, and heir to the Empire in a 1991 Star Wars Legends novel written by Timothy Zahn on the first entry of the Thrawn trilogy. The species name would later be revealed in Vision of the Future, in a 1998 Legends novel also written by Zahn as the second entry to Star Wars The Hand of Thrawn duology. The Chiss became canon when they appeared in Secret Alliances. The sixth campaign featured in Star Wars Commander, a mobile game published by Disney Interactive that released on August 21st, 2014. Wow, they became canon before they even shown off Thrawn.
Yeah.
In a mobile game.
Yeah.
Which
I don't remember that. Of course,
I never got that far.
A while ago.
Not gonna lie, I never got that far in the game. Now this has hopes for any of us Old Republic fans, because since the KOTOR remake is still in development that we know of, they hasn't been
Supposedly.
canceled whatsoever yet. If they release it, it would be canon. Just saying. But
I don't
I
know
like
if
to
they
see it
would.
before anything.
I don't think they would make that necessarily canon.
I think they would.
I think they're just making it. It's a good game. They can make some money off of it.
Yeah, but with it being a remake, they can completely change it to where they could appease it to whatever narrative they want to do with it, and have it more towards, hey, you play as this specific character and not like a character creator as it used to be. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I can't
they,
say
they
for
would
sure
be smart.
because
It would be smart of them to do that because KOTOR and SWTOR take place 4,000 years in the past.
yeah,
Nothing they do back then will affect the current canon.
Nothing story related will affect anything at all.
Yeah.
So just make them canon. Just say, hey, these are now canon. These are now under the umbrella. It will make so many people happy. Anyway, moving on from that little rant. Though he was ultimately made a human, a primarily an early design of Agent Kallus, one of the antagonists of the canon animated television series Star Wars Rebels, depicted him as a Chiss. Eventually, the Chiss appeared in the series in the form of Grand Admiral Thrawn. During development of the Star Wars High Republic multimedia project, illustration manager Jeffrey Thomas wanted Marchion Ro to be a Chiss out of the admiration for Thrawn, but his idea didn't pan out, and Ro's species was eventually canonized as an Evereni in the 2022 comic The High Republic Eye of the Storm #1.
Yeah, I'm glad they did. They only had Thrawn as a Chiss. I don't think I would have liked any other Chiss coming out like that.
Yeah, I mean, knowing Kallus's character and like seeing him like
his whole story arc.
Yeah, it's like, good to keep him human.
Yeah,
good to keep him human. Yeah.
So,
and the Evereni is a different species that's in High Republic, which is a really good series to read. Just saying.
Yeah, it's weird how they set up the first phase in the middle. The second phase is towards the beginning, as it were. Is a
phase
prequel.
1 starts everything. Phase 2 is a prequel to Phase 1, which is kind of a nod to
how they did the original
how they did the original series. And then the third and final phase is a sequel to the first phase.
Yeah, which I can't wait for the High Republic just to be over. Phase 3 feels like it's been taking forever.
Yeah, I'm like really far behind on Phase 3.
So, one thing I do want to take on is the political structure of the Chiss Ascendancy, the aristocra.
Okay.
Now, I'm trying to ramble on to find it. Hang on. Syndicure. There it is. Hang on. Try to remember the names of the families. Okay. Now, there are 9 ruling families. This number can change. It's been low as 3 and great as, I want to say, 12. They can literally be bumped up to ruling families or be demoted into one of the great families. They're all vying for political power, for economic power, for military power, and for prestige. The great houses ally themselves with one of the ruling families, and that creates so much conflict. In the second Thrawn trilogy, there's almost a civil war that breaks out because of family rivalries. And the
gotta have those mafia fights, man.
And the EDF, the I can't say that word for some reason. The Defense Force, Thrawn's Expeditionary Defense Fleet, has been recalled to defend home core worlds because of a reason. And they're looking at the situation. It's like, what are you people doing? We will slap you to stop this infighting. And they do. They fire ion gases, not quite ion cannons, but fluid spheres that act like ion cannons and disable these fighting frigates, or not frigates, gunboats, and literally pull them to separate poles of the planet. Like pulling children by the ear to opposite sides of the house.
Oh, God.
It's funny. And meanwhile, they're all arguing, blah, blah, blah. It's like, we don't care. We're trying to prevent you from killing each other.
Right. That's ridiculous. That's a mafia families for you.
Yeah, it's... Oh. And Thrawn's not even... Thrawn Yorodo isn't even his original name. He comes from a different family. He gets matched with the Myth family. His original name, oh boy, I'm gonna screw this up, is Kivru Nuro. His core name was Vron. Vurawn. So he came from a lesser family, got matched with a ruling house family, and he was a pain in their necks for the longest time because he didn't understand politics.
Didn't understand politics. Of course he didn't.
And whoever serves under him, they become so much smarter because once they view the galaxy through his eyes, they understand it's like, yeah, family rivalries are stupid. We should all be working for the Chiss ascendancy, not for the individual families. There is a scenario where 3 ruling families try to go and claim a world that has precious resources, and they're already about to fight each other for it. But it turns out there really wasn't any precious resources on that planet. They were all set up to basically just fight each other. And then Thrawn and his crew set up a scenario where they were being, quote unquote, attacked by alien species, which forced the 3 families to work together to save Thrawn's butt.
Wow.
And everyone on the crew is like, yeah, we've got to lie. If this ever comes out, we're all dead.
That's insane. There you have it for the Chiss, for the canon.
If you ever want to talk about the books, we can extend that into like 6 podcasts.
That's going to be 6 different episodes all on its own. But yeah, so I mean, Chiss is cool. It's awesome. Grand Admiral Thrawn, obviously. And we'll obviously get a lot more stuff going down the line in Star Wars because of Thrawn's return in the Ahsoka series. So, stay tuned for more stuff from Thrawn.
I can't wait.
And we have Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire film that's going to wrap everything up for the Mandoverse at some point whenever they get done.
Yeah. They still got to do season 4 of The Mandalorian.
Yep.
Which
Season 2 of Ahsoka.
Yeah, which, did you see the link I posted in our Discord, the Ben and Friends podcasts?
No.
I think I put it in there under... Yeah, Ian McGregor to reportedly reprise his role as Obi-Wan in Ahsoka Season 2.
Interesting. Well, we all know Obi-Wan's, not alive. So...
They're theorizing it's a series of flashbacks.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense, too. I was about to say, it's either flashbacks or he's a Force Ghost, which I can't see them doing the Force Ghost version, since the only Force Ghost version we have of Obi-Wan is of
Ian McGregor, not Ian McGregor.
No.
Oh, come on.
I just had his name too.
I know.
God. I know everybody's in their car right now screaming
at us.
It's like, you can't remember his name?
No, not really.
There's a lot. Like it's a lot to keep. Okay, well, obviously Ewan McGregor. Why is he the only one coming up?
Oh, God. Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness. Thank you. God damn.
And he hated that character too.
Oh, I know. He hated playing Obi-Wan so much. But, yeah. That's what we have on Chiss today. Any final thoughts before we sign off, Kodojo?
I know I sound like a broken record, but go listen to the Thrawn trilogies. They are so
All
good.
of them?
They should be available at any library. Preferably the audiobooks. They are very good quality. The actor who plays Thrawn, I'm fairly certain voices the character in the books.
Really?
Maybe not. I'm not sure.
I don't think they can't have Matt Mikkelsen doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look that up real quick. Thrawn audio book. Narrator. That's what I need.
Mark Thompson.
Okay. So yeah, no, not Matt Mikkelsen.
I think he does a good Thrawn. He does a good Thrawn.
Okay. Well, that's good.
But surprisingly, the book is never from Thrawn's perspective.
Really?
Yeah, it's like from other people's perspectives. And there's only like certain narrations that are done from his perspective. Other than that, I think they're all from other people's perspectives. Of Thrawn.
Interesting. But all right, cool. Well, with that being said, thank you again for listening to Holocron Histories, and may the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share your thoughts, experiences, and love for the Star Wars lore. And don't forget, for the Republic!
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month, even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending, 0 tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.